Yo, what's up guys? It's your buddy Philko here, letting you guys know that if you want to see this video, please click the link on the screen, which will take you to another YouTube video, which is this one, or you can go to the description, because sometimes YouTube blocks these kind of videos now. If you want to see it, just go in the description, you'll see a second link which leads you to a Russian website in which Russians do what they want. They're not going to block it. Russians do what they want, and especially right now because the relations between Russia and America isn't so good. Russia doesn't care, so it's definitely there, and you can definitely see it there. And so I advise you to go watch this video before I go in, because I want you to know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, you want to go in. How did I first see this video? Well, I was on Facebook. Someone tagged me in it and said, "Phil, you should make a video about this." So I go and I watch it, and of course I'm appalled, but not only am I appalled as usual, this takes place where I'm from. This is in Brooklyn. This is near the Barclays Center. This is where a lot of us black people go to do, this is like our Manhattan right here. We go there to do a lot of shopping, maybe some hanging out, they have a mall over there. This is where we do those things. You know what I mean? So I'm very familiar with this area, and I'm also familiar with the black youth of this area. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about this part of Brooklyn, first thing you need to know is that there's been a lot of people complaining about prices going up in the area. They're trying to gentrify it. A lot of gentrify it. A lot of white people are coming in, and black people are moving out because it's becoming too expensive and all that. I'll get to that in a minute. I want to read you guys some of the comments that I'm seeing. I gotta show you some of the comments. Okay. One person said in the comments, "We have to change or they're going to start shooting us by the hundreds." This is a young black man. It's either we change or they will start shooting us by the hundreds, right? That's what one says. Another one from Mark Taglioni, it says, "I don't think they say nigger enough in this video. What a shame." Okay. Here's another one. This is from a white person. "Sorry ass race of nothing but jail cell holders. Damn shame, no respect for authority or themselves. But I blame these weak ass parents. If they knew better, they would do better." 18 likes on that. 18 likes on that. And there's mostly black people watching this video right now. Okay, here's another one that got 9 likes. "What is wrong with these little kids trying to fight cops? I know where their future is heading." 9 likes. Here's one with 6 likes. Let's try this one. "Stupid ass little kids that don't have no morals or respect for themselves. They think this shit is funny and cute until something more serious happens or grow up to be a lowlife. They need their asses whooped a little and they will be alright. But hey, sad to say, that's most kids these days. They want to be gangsta and die for a cause that's not even valid." Alright, that one has 6 likes. Here's one with 4 likes. "All this black youth coming at their own black police. They trying to save them kids. They don't even know it. UOENO. Sounding and looking so pitiful." Okay. Here's one with 5 likes. "A white cop would have started shooting and said it was self-defense. And by looking at this vid, he would have walked away with shooting about 6 kids easy." Okay. And there's a meme with 3 likes that says, "Fuck that tea. I need a cigarette. This don't make no damn sense." And it's Kermit the Frog smoking a cigarette. Now I'm going to go in with my opinion on this video. I liked what one of those people said in the comments about how they don't even realize the black police are trying to help them. They didn't go for any weapons. They didn't go for any pepper spray, no gun, nothing. They kept it with the hands. And they were outnumbered beyond what's called like outnumbered. You know what I mean? They were very outnumbered. People were rowdy. People were like, one dude was trying to spear him. And what's funny, what isn't funny is the fact that so many kids think this shit is funny and they think it's cool and they think it's fun. Well, I told you why so many of us think it's cool, why so many of us think it's fun, is because we're insensitive to violence now. We've been insensitive to violence for a while, especially with the whole world star, like this new world star fad. It ain't new, but the world star fad. When you see cool things, how do they react on world star? Yeah. So this is cool stuff to us. So spearing police officers, fighting police, whatever, is cool stuff. Now I'm aware during the video, one officer took a damn swing at a kid who I'm not sure if he should have swung at, but because of all the commotion going on, the kid is an idiot. You don't approach police when they're busy wrestling somebody on the floor. You don't run up to them and like, what's going on? You don't fucking do that. Like, you don't do that. Who the fuck does that? You don't approach a police officer when they're down and their back is like facing you. Don't approach them. When they're busy fighting with somebody, you run over like da 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 da. You're going to get hit or something's going to happen to you. You don't do that. You stay away. You think wisely. If you're in a fight with somebody, in his neighborhood, a bunch of his friends are watching, while you're fighting with him, you hear someone coming up behind you running and he's talking. He's like, yeah. You think you're going to get up and get ready to fight, or you're just going to ignore him and keep fighting the guy on the ground? You're going to get up, turn around, and do something. Just like the police officer did. You're going to do the same thing. So I'm not going to sit here and try to blame him for that either. I'm definitely not. But it's just amazing how so many people around the world watch us do this. You guys got to understand how people watch us do this. They're watching us do it. That's the one thing I need you to understand. Even when you're in an all-black neighborhood and you're doing these things and there's no white people around, there's no Asians, there's no Hispanics, whoever around, the point is, once it's on the internet, everyone's watching. Now, of course, black people watch more than white people. But these kind of videos constantly get shared on right-wing websites. All over the right-wing websites. That's kind of a tongue twister, lip twister, whatever. And they use this to say, look at how they treat police. No wonder they get shot. And I'm telling you, this is real shit. Look at how they treat the police. No wonder they get shot. That's the kind of stuff they say. You saw the one that had 14 likes on this page, on this video, 14 likes. Talking about how they blame the parents, don't care for themselves and all this stuff. And it seems pretty true, but you can't really tell the young black youth anything like calm down or this and that, or you're being too wild to just chill or learn to turn the other cheek, because in the black community we have to be tough. We have to be tough in our own eyes. We have to be tough. Being tough is never turning the other cheek. There's no such thing as being the bigger man and walking away. You're a pussy if you do that. You're a pussy if you walk away. There have been times where I've been with, and I don't mean to offend anybody, I've been with white people, and they would just, something about to go down, they turn the other way, and then as they walk away, usually the girl will be the first to say, oh, those guys were assholes, you did the right thing, you're so smart, I'm so proud of you, and like she'll kiss her white boyfriend or something. This is when I used to hang out when I was a teenager. But it was always the other way around. It was a black girl with a black guy, like, my boyfriend would fuck both y'all up at the same time. Instead of just walking away from the situation, it's, he fuck both y'all, fuck y'all, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if there's two guys fucking with you, just be the bigger man and walk away. Because you know what? A lot of our youth don't think about not just the future, but I mean the next 10 minutes. I'm not talking about the future, like what they're going to be as an adult. I'm talking about the next 10 minutes. Your life can drastically change from 1 second. Attack a police officer, and in 10 minutes after that, your life will be completely different. Extremely different. Do you see what I mean? So I'm not talking about the distant future. I'm talking about fucking 1 minute from now. It's like we don't think about it. We just do. We just go with impulse. We always go with impulse, and that's all that matters is impulse. And that's all we care about. It's just impulse. Not thinking, yo, man, if I do this right now, I could end up in jail. I could end up in prison for attacking a police officer. It's like those thoughts don't run through the head. The only thoughts that run through the head of our youth is like, it's on and popping. I'm about to pop somebody in front of all my friends. It's about to go down. I'm going to take this nigga down because I'm mad because he won't let me fight another kid. So because he won't let me fight another kid, I'm going to fight him. That's what I'm going to do. He's not going to let me fight another kid. I'm going to fight him. Explain that. What sense does it make? It doesn't make any sense. But it's how a lot of our youth think. And we have no leaders. What leaders can they look up to that all around speaks against violence? Because any rapper would come out and say, don't be violent, stop the violence, put the guns down. But soon they go home and listen to that person's album, it's I shoot a nigga, kill a nigga, bury a nigga. So it's like 1 minute they say no violence, next minute it's preaching violence. Who are they to listen to? You know what I mean? Who are they to listen to? Maybe it could have been Obama, but you know what? Obama really, he's the president of the United States. He hasn't really tackled black issues like people expected him to when they were crying that he was president. Nothing like that happened. And I'm not complaining, I'm just saying nothing like that happened. But if he would have tried to stick up for blacks like we thought he was going to, it would definitely have helped our youth out a lot. And that is basically it, people. Later.